Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. If you all was listening to the show, we did a show earlier with a young man who claimed to know Jennifer Jeffley. In her particular case, just look up Jennifer Jeffley and Google that, and you'll be caught up to speed for those who aren't aware of her situation. Young lady who was falsely accused of murder at the age of 15 years old. She was tried as an adult, and she didn't have a parent or legal guardian or legal counsel present when she was coaxed into signing a confession that was typed out by the police department. This happened in Houston, Texas. And the whole situation is tragic. And you have people who has genuine concern for injustice, or people who has been falsely imprisoned behind something that they didn't do. And where does that come from? Well, you know, if you were back in the days, let's say especially the 50s, 60s, if you had parents that grew up in the 60s and who was into the civil rights movements, or they may have been Black Panthers or NOI, but they were in the movement, part of the struggle. And so whenever you had injustice, it was a time where people would get involved, strangers, people who you didn't know, but they understood that we had to fight for each other because you or one of your loved ones could wind up in that same predicament. They didn't wait, or they didn't take on the attitude as some portray that, it's not me, or I don't get involved. But then when it happens to you, you're looking for someone to come to your aid. So in this particular situation, there's people out there who, I guess, are putting their ego ahead of justice. From what I'm understanding is these people are out there. They want to be seen. They want to be a part of something. They want to play a role in the process, or in the story that's being told. I'm understanding how worldwide how popular this case is. It was on Crime Watch, and a lot of people are involved in it and are aware. Some are more so than I am. Me personally, I just wanted to get the word out, and maybe those who listen to my podcast would go research and study and help, because no one wants to see someone innocent, especially a child. When you hear that number 50 at 15 years of age, you understand when you were 15 and how you would even just waking up to the world and just starting to imagine all your capabilities and your inner strengths and what you'd like to do in society when you grow old. And, you just, learning or dealing with the opposite sex, and you plotting out your future, and for someone, but you still need guidance because your brain is still developing. And for adult cops or law enforcement to go in and railroad a 15-year-old and keep her there for 9 hours, and until she's tired and hungry, and then say, well, hey, here's a statement that we've typed up if you sign this statement, you can go home. And because in the back of your mind at 15, you want a hot meal, you thinking of your own bed, you stressed, you're tired, you're exhausted. And someone says, well, hey, I got the golden ticket for you to go home. Just sign this. And at that point, you like, hey, because she's not aware of her rights, don't even understand her rights, didn't have anybody to interpret the legal jargon that's within those documents. So sign the paper, and next thing you know, 20-something odd years, she's still behind bars. And it's sad for anybody out there who mindset is that warped to where they want to use this situation to stroke their own egos and make themselves bigger than what they really are. That's injustice within itself. I hate for something like that to happen to the Jeffley family, that you have, I'd say, predators out there who's seeking attention just to glorify their egos. Another title of people such as this would be called the negative side of narcissists. They're narcissists, and it's like, once again, it's just sad. But for people like myself and those who grew up in the movement or activist movement, who was always taught love for yourself and love for your people, love for your race, and you want to help because you understand the importance of that, continue to aid those who is just a helping hand. Continue to give a helping hand to those who might not be in a position to help themselves at the moment, but because you're free, you're out there moving around, you can do some research, you can check, you can make some phone calls, you can do a podcast, you can talk about it, you can write about it, you can spark interest, you can get the president involved, you can get these advocate groups involved, to help aid this young lady into coming home, basically show that you care. But once again, it's sad to say that even in situations as dire as this, you still have those out there who want their ego stroked, So anybody out there that's listening, if you have any information, if you know someone, even if you have an idea on how or a different angle to present this to the courts, or a way to free Jennifer Jeffley, let me know and I'll run it by the family, and then we can and they'll say, okay, yeah, this seems legit or it doesn't seem legit, and we'll take it from there. And that's just out of courtesy and respect for the Jeffley family. And so if you were wondering, well, where did the broadcast go earlier of the young man who's speaking on the case and sharing supposedly his insight on the case? We took that down because his statements and facts couldn't be verified by the Jeffley family. So we deleted that episode, and we didn't want to create leads based on something that wasn't proven. We didn't want to create a narrative and put thoughts in people's mind and have them thinking one way when it wasn't vetted. So we deleted that because our aim and goal here at Verbal Pick Radio is to justify what we say and what we do and bag it by math and science. So everything that's said on this show will be vetted And if it's found wanting, not true, then we'll delete that as a courtesy and as an obligation to those who listen. So tell your friends to keep on supporting, listen, like, subscribe, and any update regarding the Jennifer Jeffley case that the family deems fit to share with me, I share with you all. Happy New Year. It's going to be great 2020 as we embark upon a new decade. We're gonna have fun being successful. You know what I'm saying? Have fun being successful in all your endeavors. And Happy New Year. Verbal Pick Radio. We're out.